The political face-off over the Karnataka Bitcoin scam is exploding today. The Karnataka Home Minister alleged that the mastermind of the scam, Srikrishna, hacked the Youth Congress elections because of his links with the son of a Congress MLA. The Congress, on the other hand, claims that an intelligence officer was present during its press conference on the scam. The multi-crore fraud has now taken center stage in Karnataka politics.
It's what everyone's talking about across the world. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, the big buzzwords today, with everyone debating whether you should invest in it or not. But in Karnataka, it's a Bitcoin scam that's got the political corridors talking. The multi-crore 2019 scam has led to a political showdown in the state like no other. And the latest sticking point is this footage. CCTV video from a Congress news briefing in Bengaluru on Wednesday, where the party claims a state intelligence officer was mysteriously present.
So you need to ask the CM, why in a press conference, why is a plainclothesman coming here from the intelligence department? It's very clear why they are diverting. Because everybody is hand in glove in it. Everybody is neck deep in it.
Including police officers?
Everybody.
The ruling BJP in Karnataka has fired a counter-attack to deflect the Congress's missile, claiming a direct link between main accused hacker Srikrishna, aka Sriki, with a Congress MLA's son. Mohammad Nalapad, MLA N.A. Harris's son's link with the hacker was mentioned in the Bitcoin scam charge sheet, but Nalapad has dismissed any role in the scam.
Nowhere in the charge sheet or nowhere in any of the document it says that we have done any crime. Knowing someone cannot be a crime, and we have not done anything beyond.
But the BJP obviously isn't convinced, with the state home minister claiming Nalapad rigged the youth Congress elections using Sriki's help.
ನಮ್ಮ ಚುನಾವಣೆಯನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದಿದ್ದು
ಹೌದು
ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟು ವೋಟ್ಗಳು ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ
ಹೌದು
ನಾವು ಅವತ್ತೇ ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತಕರಾರು ಪತ್ರವನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಿ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಹ್ಯಾಕಿಂಗ್ ನಿಂದ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅನುಮಾನ ಇದೆ
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್
ಇದನ್ನು ವಿಚಾರಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನೀವು ಅಂದ್ರು ನನಗೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವೇನ್ ಪತ್ರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ
ಓಕೆ
ಅದನ್ನ ಆ ಪತ್ರನ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಪೊಲೀಸಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಿಸಿ.
The Congress has dismissed this allegation, saying Sriki was in jail during the polls and has called the BJP's tirade a diversionary tactic.
Oh, Home Minister is a madman. First he has to be sent to the Nimans for checking. First he has to be sent to the Nimans man. He doesn't know. When he was in jail, he should have a basic common sense what he speaks.
The BJP fired another salvo by putting out pictures of former Chief Minister Siddaramaia's late son with the friends of Bitcoin scam mastermind Sriki, alleging that the Bitcoin scam started in the Congress's tenure.
ರಾಕೇಶ್ ಈಗ ಬದುಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ. ರಾಕೇಶ್ ಬದುಕಿದಾರೆ ಈಗ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಬದುಕಿಲ್ದಿದ್ದವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಕೇಳಕ್ ಹೋದಿರಿ? ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾನ ಮರ್ಯಾದೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬದುಕಿಲ್ದಿದ್ದವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಏನು ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ? ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾನನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮರ್ಯಾದೆನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ.
With the Karnataka Bitcoin scam politics taking center stage and questions over a fair probe, former Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa has now claimed that even Prime Minister Modi is looking into the Bitcoin scam.
ಬಿಟ್ಕಾಯಿನ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೇ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ರು ಸಹ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ರಮ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಧಾನಿ ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿಯವರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳಿದ್ದರೂ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೂ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ನಿಶ್ಚಿತವಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ರಮ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಯಾರನ್ನು ಮುಚ್ಚಿಡೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರಿಗೂ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಉದ್ಭವ.
With Nagarjun Dwarkanath in Bengaluru, Bureau Report, India Today.
So what is this Bitcoin scam that is rocking Karnataka politics? The political furor is over a 25-year-old hacker, Srikrishna, alias Sriki, and his tryst with cyber crimes and cryptocurrencies. While the Congress has accused the Bommai government of covering up the scam, the BJP government in Karnataka brushes off the matter as a non-issue.
The Congress's crypto scam bombshell continues to explode in Karnataka.
India's biggest ever Bitcoin scam cover-up under the Karnataka government has now been unearthed. And what does it reflect? It reflects intrigue, whitewash, concealment, deception, and smacks of a deep-rooted conspiracy.
The Congress has accused the Karnataka government of orchestrating a scam involving large transactions of bitcoins, the most popular and valued cryptocurrency in the world. But what is the Karnataka Bitcoin scam all about? At the heart of it is an alleged hacker, Srikrishna Ramesh, also known as Sriki, who by his own admission also hacked into a large cryptocurrency exchange called Bitfinex. On August 2, 2016, 119,756 units of digital currency Bitcoin, worth about $72 million were stolen from the Hong Kong exchange platform Bitfinex. Sriki claims that he was the first one to hack the exchange. But this was just one of the many hacks that Sriki has associated himself with. A voluntary statement by Sriki submitted before a court in Bengaluru that has been cited by the Congress party suggests that Sriki has accepted hacking into 8 different global cryptocurrency trading platforms that earned him at least 5,000 bitcoins. The opposition accuses that the police failed to recover the digital currency before Sriki walked out on bail. The party has also cited alerts issued by a third-party cryptocurrency transaction tracking service, Whale Alert, to imply that bitcoins stolen in the Bitfinex heist were transferred while Sriki was under custody.
Bitfinex exchange that was hacked in the year August 2, 2016, and all those bitcoins were lying dormant since having been stolen. All of them were being transferred. That's the interesting part. And this was being done, I don't know, an investigation will tell, when Srikrishna was in custody of Bengaluru police.
According to charges framed by the police, Sriki is accused of hacking at least 10 poker sites and gaming platforms, contrasting his claims of plundering 8 Bitcoin platforms. The police believe he could be involved in hacking of 3 Bitcoin exchanges and the official e-procurement site of Karnataka government. But Bengaluru police has issued a statement accusing the hacker of misleading the probe. Police has accused the hacker of providing incorrect wallet details. The police even opened a digital wallet in order to recover the stolen bitcoins, but they later learned that the wallet details provided by Sriki did not belong to him. Police has also said that foreign Bitcoin exchanges like Bitfinex never contacted the Bengaluru police. Commissioner of Police has justified the delay in informing the Interpol and Enforcement Directorate on account of preliminary investigations. While Congress has sought an SC-monitored probe, the ruling BJP has taken the attack back to the Congress.
ನಾವು ಬಹಳ ಮುಕ್ತವಾಗಿದ್ದೇವೆ ರೀ. ಇದನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿದವರೇ ನಾವು, ಇದನ್ನು ಬಯಲುಗೊಳಿಸಿದ್ದೇ ನಾವು, ಇದರ ತನಿಖೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇ ನಾವು, ಇಡಿ ಮತ್ತು CBIಗೆ ನಾವು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇ ನಾವು. ಇವತ್ತು ಇಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತನಿಖೆ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, CBI ಇಂಟರ್ಪೋಲ್ಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಹಲವಾರು ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ.
While politics simmers over the alleged scam, the question is, why did a notorious hacker admit to engineering one of the biggest white-collar scams that India has ever seen? Vedankit Kumar, Bureau Report, India Today.
So as is the case with everything to do with Bitcoin, you've got all kinds of numbers floating in the air. Where are these numbers coming from? How big is this scam? 5,000 bitcoins, with each bitcoin today worth about $59,000. That's about $41 lakh. That's the figure that's at play. And here, you've got the Congress talking about a 5,240 crore rupee scam and 5,000 bitcoins apparently just lying around. So those are fanciful big numbers, but where is the evidence to back this? And how serious a political charge is this for the Karnataka government? Joining me on this broadcast, representing the BJP in Karnataka, its spokesperson is Prakash. Squaring off against him, Muhammad Khan of the Congress. We've got Raghavendra Arudkar, former Commissioner of Police in Bengaluru and former Director General of Police in Karnataka. Last but not least, Toby Simon, founder and president of the Synergia Foundation and Commissioner of Global Commission on Internet Governance. And Nagarjun Dwarkanath joins us from Bengaluru. He's been leading our coverage on this story. So welcome. I want to go across to Muhammad Khan first from the Congress party. All kinds of numbers are doing the rounds. This business of this being a 5,420 crore rupee scam, 5,000 bitcoins which you allege were somehow pilfered away. I mean, given how difficult it is to get your hands on one bitcoin, can you first explain where these numbers are coming from and why is the Congress upping the ante on this issue when we don't know how many bitcoins there were, we don't know how many of these are just claims and charges and how much truth there is, because you're gunning for the jugular of the Karnataka Chief Minister, Muhammad Khan. Where's your proof?
Right. I'm very glad you began with that because I was surprised that you used the term fanciful while describing the numbers. Just a few days ago when your channel did this report, you relied on the voluntary statement of this young man. And if you had gone through that voluntary statement, you would have seen, Rahul, that in two different parts, he talks about hacking exchanges, one for 2,000 bitcoins and one's for 3,000 bitcoins. That's where we get the numbers. They're not fanciful. They're taken from a reported by your channel.
Fanciful, let me explain. Fanciful only because you got one person, we ran the report in our network, so I know well what it was. Fanciful because you got one person claiming this. Now, whether he's being Sheikh Chilli or whether there is truth to what is being alleged is something that needs to be investigated.
So I'm very glad.
Yes.
So I'm very glad that you agree that the numbers are not a figment of our imagination. They are from a verified report reported by your channel, and those are numbers that are before the police. The question that you should put is to the investigating agencies as to what happened to them, which is what we as the opposition are doing. Number two, let's take the police's statement of January 2021. On January 8th, the police come out and say, we have seized 31 Bitcoin. Then they come out with the second Panchnama shortly thereafter and say, you know what, we found 186 additional Bitcoins. And then, as you reported very rightly, on the 22nd, they say, you know, this guy has given us the slip. We've not been able to transfer the Bitcoins. He's run some sort of fake app, which has misled us into believing that we've transferred them when in fact we have not. That leads to a huge question. Where are those Bitcoins? As you rightly pointed out, they're worth over 55 lakh rupees today. A single Bitcoin is worth over 55 lakh rupees today. Where have these Bitcoins gone? And here's the other surprising thing, which is, I'm surprised you didn't report it today, but you did cover it earlier. When he was in custody, the police administered this guy a drug, alprazolam, I believe it's called. It's an anxiety-inducing drug. Now, again, this is not a statement of the Congress. This was a statement put forth in a writ petition filed by this boy's father, saying that this investigation should be taken away from the police. There is something very strange going on here, because when the court took cognizance of this and said, subject him to a medical test to see if this alprazolam is in his system, they took him for a stomach wash. Again, not the Congress's accusation. His father reports this in his writ petition, which he files before the High
so it's
Court.
quite clear, if you're following this story, the dal mein kuch kala hai, but you don't know where is the dal and what is the kala. But that's the problem. What is the dal, what is the kala in it? That's the issue. Now, Raghavendra Arudkar, you've been Commissioner of Police in Bengaluru, and with no disrespect, when the Bengaluru police says that they've recovered 131 bitcoins or 186 bitcoins, that sounds like Samir Wankhede talking about some cocaine or heroin being recovered in a seizure. I'm kind of wondering, what is it that they have recovered when they say they've got 31 bitcoins, 186 bitcoins? It's not gold, diamonds, cocaine coming in. So how do they know what they've recovered, and then where did it go?
Good evening. What I can infer from the press note that was issued by the Commissioner of Police is they had taken the permission from the government to open a wallet, and when on the direction of the court, they started seizure of 31.8 bitcoins. The wallet password was changed when the accused showed them that wallet, led them to that particular wallet. And after that, they did that first Panchnama or Mahazar, reported it to the court. They had changed the password. After that is next day, what they have done is they have taken permission from the court to use the new password, because using the password for somebody's wallet is not proper without proper legal measures. So after that, when they went there, they accessed that particular wallet. The wallet showed variation in the number of bitcoins. It was 186.811 bitcoins. This was a live wallet of an exchange, according to the experts present when they had accessed that wallet. And another important thing is the accused did not have the private key of that particular wallet. Therefore, the Commissioner of Police has stated very clearly in his statement, press statement, that they left that particular wallet unchanged, untouched, and no bitcoins were transferred from that bitcoin to the police wallet. This is very, very important because this is a crux of the issue.
No, so the opposition is alleging that the money was, or the bitcoins were transferred and the BJP and the police have benefited from it, Nagarjun. The police says it was never transferred into our wallet. So the multi-million-dollar question is, where did those bitcoins go?
See, once again, I want to say, whatever may be the allegation, whether ruling or opposition or whatever it is, what I'm saying...
I'm asking Nagarjun that question. Nagarjun?
Yes.
Rahul, that's absolutely true, because there are investigation lapses is what the Congress is alleging. Congress at this point of time is playing the defense advocate role here. They have taken the charge sheet copy, they have taken the public documents. They are questioning the government. Okay, you did the opening of account when you saw 31 bitcoins, but the witness on the Panchnamas have been signed by some linemen and powermen who don't even understand what cryptocurrency is. They are from the power department who climb up the electric poles and who change the wires. They are the ones who have signed as witnesses in Panchnama. What were the linemen and powermen doing? That's the question posed by Congress, which is quite valid.
So why did these linemen and powermen sign the Panchnama? What's the answer to that question? Nagarjun?
Well, the government is only have no answers, because when we pose it to the Home Minister and to the other representative of the government, they don't have answers at this point of time. But the opposition also don't have evidences to where did the Bitcoin go. Initially, it started off with Siddaramaiah saying, I know who is behind the scam. But of late, now it has come to a statement where the government is responsible to produce the evidence. We can only allege, but it's government responsibility to produce evidences. And now both BJP and Congress have hit rock bottom and are doing personal remarks. We saw DK Shivkumar calling the Home Minister madman. We saw BJP tweeting Siddaramaiah's late son, who is no more alive, his pictures with the accused friends. So the whole political narrative has hit rock bottom in Karnataka in terms of this whole Bitcoin issue.
So what we do know, and S. Prakash, is not looking pretty for the government in the state, because you got a police statement which says the 31 bitcoins were recovered. Then you got another one which says 186 bitcoins were recovered. Now these are police statements. So the next question, sir, is on your watch, where did these bitcoins go?
Exactly.
A clear explanation was given by the minister regarding the 31 bitcoins and the 183 bitcoins. They said 31 has been seized and has been transferred to the police account. With regards to the 183 bitcoins, which was initially showed by this hacker, it was a false account. He showed them, and the police, without understanding initially about this system of bitcoins, they announced that 181 bitcoins was in the account. Subsequently, they realized he is misleading the investigators, and that bitcoin does not belong to Sriki, or it is not hacked. It is in a wallet. Only 31 was belonging to the Sriki, which was hacked and transferred to the police account, which has been very clearly mentioned. the Congress party is solely basing their allegation based on a hacker, a criminal, and they believe strongly that this government has done a huge scam, and they have an opportunity to attack the BJP government, and they can come back to the power on the strength of this Bitcoin. Unfortunately, neither Sidramaya or many other Congress leaders who are alleging that Bitcoin scam is huge, 5,000 coins are missing, they don't have even a basic knowledge about the Bitcoin functioning. Where is 31? Where is 181? Where is 5,000 Bitcoins as alleged by the Surjewala from Delhi? The state leaders have clearly misled their central leadership about the Bitcoin scandal in Karnataka. The gentleman who spoke earlier, he clearly based his argument only on the Sriki statement. They believe criminals. It's very unfortunate. The honest police officer who are investigating, who have clarified each and every detail, they are trying to overlook it.
Okay, let Mohammed Khan respond to this.
I don't have any evidence. How can he make a charge without an evidence?
On the 1st of November and even later, Congress leaders have been doing press conferences talking about 5,000 Bitcoins being hacked into. Where are you picking up this 5,000 Bitcoins number from?
Right. I want to respond to Mr. Prakash. Mr. Prakash, you seem to suggest that we are relying solely on the statement of this young man to make our entire claim. We are relying on the statements of these so-called honest officers. On the 8th of January, the police in Bengaluru published a statement saying we have seized 31 Bitcoins.
So 5,000 Bitcoins, I'm asking you, okay, 31 Bitcoins are different from 5,000. Where is this 5,000 number coming from in Congress press conferences?
He made a direct accusation to the Congress, so I must answer it. Mr. Prakash, we are not getting our numbers from just this gentleman's statement alone. We are getting them from the police statement made on the 8th of January. We are getting it from the third Panchnama, which was published on the 22nd of January. All documents in the public domain. In the third Panchnama, the police say that they have been unable to transfer, that this fellow has
Where does the 5,000 Bitcoin number comes from? Where does the 5,000 Bitcoin number come from?
And number two, on the 5,000 Bitcoin, in his voluntary statement to the police, he has categorically said that he has made two hacks. One for 3,000 Bitcoins and one for 2,000 Bitcoins. You reported it. It is a fact. If it is before the police, why are they not investigating it? That is our question. The fact that Mr. Prakash is so rattled that he has to go around in conundrums and try and confuse the matter further implies that we are on the right path. Sir, it is a very simple question. Question one. I'll give you three questions to answer, Mr. Prakash, and that is it. Number one, are there missing Bitcoins? Yes, there are. Number two, do you know where these Bitcoins are? No, you don't. Number three, who was the Home Minister when this cause of action took place? It was Mr. Basavaraj Bommai. We are asking questions because no one else will. And Mr. Prakash, you have shown no courage to answer them, only to confuse.
Toby Simon, explain to our viewers who are watching, part perplexed, part intrigued, part amused at what's going on. What have you understood of the story so far? Are there 5,000 Bitcoins that have indeed gone missing? Are there 31 Bitcoins that have gone missing? Are 186 Bitcoins missing? And where did they go? Or is this just like one young flamboyant man who likes to talk big and has got Karnataka's politicians on a spin?
Thank you, Rahul. I wouldn't find myself very qualified to make comments on the political part of this discussion.
Okay.
I feel, what would be easy to say that hacking Bitcoins is real. Cyber attacks are convenient and less risky. We have, by choice, allowed these sort of attacks to happen by adoption of emerging technologies. Now, let me put two caveats regarding the traceability. Bitcoin transactions are public, but Bitcoin ownership is not. It is stored in digital wallets. So you might get a sense that it is safe. And let me give you an analogy. It's similar to when people put money in Swiss banks, maybe in the 70s, 80s, 90s. Everybody said that it is safe. But by 2010, you realize that the sort of veiled secrecy on it was gone. So all I would just try to conclude is regarding the traceability. This will come up soon or later because Bitcoins are built on blockchains, which is a public ledger, and the address of your crypto wallet is visible to anyone. And 2 case points. One, if you look at what happened to the US Department of Justice on June 7, they seized 2.3 million crypto paid to dark side, and later the British was also on June 24th was able to recover the Metropolitan Police 154 million pounds. So it's only a question of time that if governments
so let me ask you a different question. If indeed coins from the Bitfinex Bitcoin exchange were hacked into up to a tune of 5,240 crore rupees, what does this mean about the safety of Bitcoin exchanges? Because one of the principal promises of these crypto exchanges is that you can't hack into them, that this is your money, that it is safe, no government can get to it. Now if some young hacker in Bengaluru can crack into these Bitfinex Bitcoin exchanges and others, then where is the safety of these exchanges?
So here is the thing. There are no air gaps in anything that we deal in cyber, whether here or in space. So saying that earlier we used to say cloud computing was safe, but now we find cloud computing is not safe. Then we say that, so the only thing is the fact that when you deal through blockchain, which is the backbone of crypto, you are establishing a certain chain of custody, chain of command, which you feel cannot be cracked by one person. But we have known that all these technologies, including what we see in the darknet, was developed by military. And we believe that the military and deep state governments have the technology to crack it. And if by chance, if one of the employees of these sort of large governments leave or retire and pass on this knowledge to somebody else, then we are in serious trouble. Look at this young boy. He went to Amsterdam when he was so young and learned the art of hacking. He made friends in the real world, surreal world, Russians, whoever it is, but he learned it. And then it's technology. Kids can play this game. It's better that, in one final word, when quantum computing comes and people are able to work on the short algorithm, you can be sure that all these algorithms will be cracked.
Nagarjun, where is Sriki right now, and what's the police doing with him?
I don't know.
Nagarjun, he got bail on this hotel brawl case. He's gone underground after he's got bail. The last moment that police saw him was him walking out of the prison, Parappana Agrahara, getting into an auto and going to a Hebal area in Bangalore, and post that he's gone underground. The police did give a sub-inspector as a protection and a gunman. They approached his house, but the brother said that they have nothing to do with the police, and the brother is not in touch. So Sriki's brother confessed to the police that Sriki has gone. They don't know his whereabouts, and the police are also unable to find him. And considering he's on bail, they don't have a lookout notice or anything. Sriki is definitely not at home, neither in his relative's house. Police don't even know if he's still in Bangalore.
No, but I don't understand this, Mr. Arudkar. If there are charges of having hacked into Bitcoins to the tune of 5,250 crores, why, forget the brawl in a pub, but on the charge of hacking itself, why is the police not keeping him with them? Why would you just let this guy go so easily?
He was arrested in 5 cases.
Yes.
And in all the cases, police has taken the police custody and interrogated him. After that, it is the discretion of the judiciary to let him on bail, and the offences, particularly the 2 cases which I know through media reports, 2 cases are under IT Act, which has punishment of only 3 years and some fine. So most of these cases are bailable, and bail, once the court grants him bail, police maybe with some conditions. What are the conditions and all, I'm not aware of it.
But somebody, as Prakash, should have kept an eye on him. If this guy holds the key to a scam which could be, I don't know, 5,000 bitcoins, maybe 5,000 crore rupees, 41 lakh dollars, whatever it is, if there's a scam, someone in the police should have kept an eye on him and not let him get away.
Now, first of all, if he has hacked 5,000 coins or 5,000 crore rupees Bitcoin, why would he stay in Bangalore for such a long time? He would have disappeared long back. A young man, a criminal of his stature, would he wait for the police to come and pick him up? After
Mr.
having
Prakash,
hacked
is the official
5,000
line of the
crore
government?
worth of
Are you exonerating
Bitcoins,
this man who's
what
under
kind of
investigation?
joke this is? The Congress party
It is hilarious.
is fabricating
What
the
you're suggesting is so
charges
dubious. Are you
against the
defending this
government
young man now?
based on a criminal
Are you giving him a clean sheet?
revelation. And police are investigating each and every claim he has made. Even they informed the Interpol, ED has been informed, and if the 5,000 Bitcoins are
Rahul,
hacked, who has
I must
complained
catch up
about it?
Mr.
Nobody
Prakash on
has
this.
lodged
They
any
only
complaint with
informed
the
the
state
Interpol
government
on the
that my
24th of
Bitcoins
April,
have been
5
hacked
months after
and
the incident.
stolen by
They
this
informed the Interpol and the
person in
central
Karnataka.
agencies
This is
almost
all
5
made up
months
by
after
the
the
Congress
incident
party
began.
without a
And
shred of
it must be
evidence.
pointed out that
I
the ED
request them
actually
to
wrote to
produce
them
some
first,
evidence.
asking them to
Definitely,
inform them.
such criminal
Sir,
activity
Mr.
should
Prakash,
not
you
go
are misleading
unpunished.
everyone who is watching this.
Sir,
Your
you don't know
government
anything
was
what
in a
is
massive
happening in
deficit
Karnataka.
when it came
Why
to
do
informing
you
the central
speak from
agencies and when
Delhi
it came to
based
informing
on the
Interpol? These are facts.
input
Your
by
rhetoric,
the
your
your
attempt to
state
mislead
leaders?
will not
You
work.
study.
Why did you not inform Interpol for 5 months? That is a fact.
Where is the
Why did you
question
inform ED
misleading?
only
You
when
have
they wrote to you
misled the
saying,
state
why have you not
government
informed us?
people of
And when you
Karnataka by
wrote to
making
Interpol,
false
I must also
allegations.
add,
You
you
should
wrote for
be
another
punished.
case.
The
Case
case
number
should be
3,
lodged
not
against the
number
Okay,
Congress party
this
for
is not making
misleading
sense.
people.
No, once again, S. Prakash Mohammed Khan, you can't speak over each other. This is not right. Why this story is more significant than it will ordinarily be is because the Prime Minister is also now quite worried. He's spoken at a public event this morning about how Bitcoins pose a threat, especially if the youngsters are misled. They don't fully understand the technology at play, they get carried away, end up taking wrong decisions, and that could create a whole mess of its own. So the need for education, awareness, very critical, and for different countries across the world to act in concert. Here's Prime Minister Modi.
Take cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, for example. It is important that all democratic nations work together on this and ensure it does not end up in wrong hands, which can spoil our youth.
Whether it's Bitcoin, Dogecoin, HODL, mining, the crypto universe has a lot of new terms which people the world across are trying to get their heads around. It can be quite confusing for beginners. Here's our tech editor Ayush Ailavadi telling you how to sound cool, seem intelligent when you're talking about cryptocurrencies.
There's this sense of FOMO that's setting in for a lot of us who don't really understand what's really happening in the crypto world. Don't worry, we've got you covered. Here's a starter pack on some crypto lingo that might be useful for your next dinner table conversation. Crypto coins, cryptocurrencies are virtual assets. What it means is there's no tangible asset like a coin or paper. It's just a bunch of code being exchanged on a network, or what we call a blockchain. Bitcoin mining, one of the most popular cryptocurrencies, is Bitcoin, and the process by which new Bitcoins are created is called mining. Again, not to burst your bubble here, but there's no real caves and mines and stuff. It's just a bunch of complex mathematical puzzles which are solved on high-end computers, and on successful completion, the miner or coder is rewarded with Bitcoin. Dogecoin, what seems to be Elon Musk's favorite cryptocurrency, actually started out as a joke. Well, it uses the popular Doge meme as its logo, and it's no laughing matter now. Dogecoin is actually accepted by some sports teams and companies like SpaceX, literally taking it to the moon. To the moon! Speaking of to the moon, when a cryptocurrency's price is experiencing a massive spike, traders and analysts will literally say that this coin is headed to the moon. It's good to be wary though of the risks involved, because what goes up to the moon could eventually come back down to Earth really soon. HODL. Someone misspelled the word hold, but now it's become a crypto term which stands for hold on for dear life. Basically, it means don't sell your crypto. Hodl it. Weather the storm instead and wait for the good times that probably lie ahead. So there you have it, geeky lingo that can take you from being a crypto noob to a crypto dude one step at a time. Stay tuned to Business Today for more.
We'll let Ayush be the noob. No, let him be the dude. All of us are the noobs. That's just the way it is right now. But I think it'll catch on and people will get more with it as time goes along.